she came with the same type game.
Welcome to the Married at First Sight Season 14 Episode 5 review. This is Couples Couch with
Pat.
And I'm and I'm Cam.
Dr. Pepper hit right
I
here.
heard it. Like what? Okay. The name of this episode is It's Not a Sure Thing. If you are new to our channel, welcome. If you are not new, welcome back. You know what I'm going to say. This will be a high-level overview. We do not get into the nitty-gritty details of everything that happened in each episode, unless it need be. Right?
Unless we can make it entertaining.
Right, exactly. So I will also like to give a quick moment to you guys to pause for a second, head over to Instagram, follow us on the new Couples Couch page. You guys are doing so good with following us and creating a following there. So take a quick minute, pause, head over. Our @ is right here on the bottom of the screen.
Vanna White.
All right, let's get into this episode before he irritates me.
Too late.
The show opens up with the couples waking up on day 3 of their honeymoon, all except Alyssa and Chris. So all the couples are waking up together except Alyssa and Chris. The producers ask Lindsay if they consummated their marriage yet, and Lindsay gives the weirdest, loudest laugh, like Did she not?
That's probably what she sounded like too.
It's like just either.
I seen that at SeaWorld one time.
And then give the fish.
Yeah.
It's just like either just say yes or no. We don't have to be all this extraness.
She's extra.
Joker laugh. You know what I mean?
She sound like a villain.
I'm sorry. So
She should have been twisting her hair on.
right, she was just so extra with it. I was like, okay, doing too much. If doing too much was a person, just yes or no, or I decline to speak. Right?
Poor Mark the show.
Oh my God. Next scene, they show Jasmina and Michael. They're in bed having breakfast, and he brings up the night before that he was up late thinking about their conflict, you know, that they had about people pushing each other's buttons and getting to know each other. Remember when?
It wasn't even about pushing. He just said that he anticipates conflict so
Right.
that he's being proactive.
Because it's part of growing and
which
learning
is
people.
Absolutely the truth.
Facts. It's all facts. Jasmina says she can't stop thinking about how his family told her that he literally is negative and brings negativity to everything, every situation.
Right. So by holding on to that, she's automatically going into every situation negatively.
Yes.
So
I completely concur. So y'all matching each other.
it ain't mad, but ain't there like a double negative like that? Like
That's exactly what
he
it
goes into every situation negative. So now I'm gonna go into every situation with him negatively
because he's looking at it negative. She tells him that he's overthinking stuff all the time, and he may be the one to ruin their marriage if he keeps on overthinking. Now, is that not you overthinking? Because that's getting way ahead.
Because he ain't done that
right?
yet. I mean,
make it make sense, y'all. Two people arguing or overthinking. One telling the other, you overthinking. Let me push back. One overthinking, the other one telling the other one, you overthinking, and I'm now overthinking that you're about to ruin marriage.
This is
sorry.
This is what happens when people life by like the key words.
Yes.
Because someone along the line taught her the phrase, "I'm sorry you feel that way." In this case with her sister is when she should have used it, when her sister's like, he goes into everything negatively, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, negatively. She should have came back with, "I'm sorry you feel that way, but I'm gonna get to know my husband myself."
Okay.
Is what she should have. But she don't know how to put the right phrases that come to her. You see, I'm using my hands.
Yeah.
To the right situations in life.
All right, but yeah, about how she
I didn't
does
get there either. You don't want to jump in. See, you go into every situation.
I'm overthinking.
Right. You think it's gonna happen, and then it happens, and you prove yourself right.
Yeah.
But you the one that put the situation.
But I'm overthinking that you might be the one to ruin the show.
Right.
Because
And how does that make you feel?
I felt like you cut me off.
Wait.
I might be ruining the show.
Shut it down. We got a problem.
I was like, move on. If you watch the show,
I'll walk you to the
what
river and make you drink.
Okay, let's get into the next scene. If you watch the show, you know where we were going with that.
No, I wasn't going there. You went there first, and then you continued on.
Now I need an apology.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
I'm moving on. Let's go to the next scene. Next scene shows Alyssa is in her room getting ready for the day. She says she didn't think this is how her honeymoon would have been, and keeps questioning why this is why this is happening to her. How has this happened to her? And why her?
I don't know if she knows. I can tell her.
Tell her.
Production called and they said, you paying for your own room.
Because you ain't trying to act
Yes,
married.
you got all that other stuff going on, and you paying for your own room out of your pay, because you ain't giving us no content. So
bills on you.
Yeah, order all the room service you want. You better call your mother, father to come pay for it.
So Alyssa wants to know, why is this happening to her? How has this happened to her? And why her?
Because you're rotten from the inside out.
And you signed up willingly. You use your
to
free
marry
will
someone
to go and marry somebody on your own. So don't sit back and talk about why me, woe is me. You chose this for yourself. Did you forget?
And you chose to act ugly.
On top of it, you have to wake up and choose to be happy for yourself. You choose this. It's a free will of yours.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And you can leave in 8 weeks if you don't like them.
Right. So why not enjoy Puerto Rico?
God.
I'll be up in there eating all the bacon that they got to get.
Wait till you see her in a bathing suit. You know why she didn't enjoy Puerto Rico.
Chris is in his room getting ready for the day, and he believes that in marriage, people will have incompatibilities, right?
Right. Preach.
And he just didn't think it would have happened so soon in this marriage, in his marriage.
Right.
But he still hasn't given up hope yet and just trying to see where it can go. Chris is spot on. I have yet to see Chris say something wrong. Have anybody, what has this man said or done wrong to be getting all this?
Some would say by him not saying what is clearly needing to be said, he's saying the wrong thing. Like he's letting her act like a babe. Like this is never gonna work.
Should iron her out?
Absolutely.
I'm just asking. I'm just asking.
Absolutely. Like she has been blatantly disrespectful, mean, disheartened. Absolute. Like
all of the above.
How many of y'all expect Chris to sit there and just take it and not say, I'm not saying knock her out, but
no violence.
You got to stand up for yourself.
Non-violence.
Like, I'm not going to let you talk to me like this. If this is how you want to be, fine, and we don't see each other, but you're not going to continue to run me over.
And act some kind of way towards me, and I didn't do you nothing. I
see.
did you nothing. All right, let's move on to the next scene.
Yeah.
Next scene shows Noi and Steve in bed. They're just waking up for the morning, and they're saying that they're really comfortable with each other. Steve reveals that he can only lip kiss without brushing teeth, and that's about it, because they keep with the mwah, mwah, mwah. First thing in the morning. He's like, I'm going to let you know my boundary is that I can't tongue
I ain't
kiss.
never.
I'm not lip kissing.
I'm
not
kissing
breathing in your
nothing.
direction. Please don't breathe in my direction. You know?
Yeah, get yourself together.
Like, get up, wash your face, brush your teeth.
That's why there's a bathroom
and
off
your
the master
tongue.
bedroom for you to get up and go to your own bathroom
go
and
to
take
your own
it.
sink.
Yeah, we got his and her. All of that is we paid for all of that when we bought this house. Use it
Go there.
appropriately.
And then come back and have dialogue with me.
Right, go. We have a toilet with its own door so you can do your thing. Come out, brush your teeth, wash your hands.
I don't know.
Come back to the bed.
it because they're like newlyweds that they can stomach the kissing and like? I don't even want you to talk over my food at this point in life.
Yeah,
That's just
Kamara leave the room on me. We were sitting right here the other day eating, and her mom was on the phone. So I look at we weren't on FaceTime, but the sound's coming from there. So I looked this way.
And this my plate.
And she was like, "Okay, I'm going to the room."
I'm like,
and left.
I took because you talking over my plate, like much less kissing me when you.
And I wasn't mad.
He was like, "Okay, good."
Yeah, now I can get to watch what I want to watch. Bye.
I don't know. Like you do the most in the beginning of relationships, and then when you get comfortable and your regular self, after your representative has exited stage left,
He's
now the
fired. He
here.
moved on to a whole new person. He represents somebody else.
You're like, I hate the way you chew ice.
Now you getting personal.
Okay,
now you talking about me.
I'm sorry. Let's move on to the next.
Is that what you want to have a Lindsay roast session right now?
No. Let's move on.
Well, why don't you stop leaving? No.
Okay, let's move on. So then they sit and eat breakfast, and Noi reveals that, she doesn't like to do camping because that's, Steve's
Tell
thing.
me first of all, why do they keep putting all this pretty food on my plate? Just go down and get me a McGriddle.
And some bacon.
Yeah.
That's it. They got all the garnishment on the plate.
Egg. So I don't eat that. Like the egg cakes or pies or what.
I don't like eggs like that. Like
I need them scrambled.
It's got to be mixed up
or
with,
in an omelet, and it's got to be like a half moon omelet. I don't want this
vegetables
baked
in it, meat,
where they put
cheese.
in it blows up and they give you
I don't want none of that. Okay, but we digress. Sorry.
I don't digress nothing. That was the most interesting part of this whole
They're talking about camping, and then Noi reveals that she doesn't like camping. She doesn't want to sleep outside.
Good.
She's like, I like to be in a regular place where I can shower. He's like, well, they have showers there. She's like, no, I like a regular shower.
This is a 90-day thing, because after 90 days, camping is about going out and getting peace. You're going to want to go without your wife, and that's fine. She's going to want to go and do her things without you. Y'all should have your own. Camping is not something you can make somebody do. I don't want to go camping. I don't care about the river. I don't care about the waterfall we got to walk 20 miles to go see. I don't care about sitting under the stars. I could do that in the backyard.
I'm not into trails.
Yeah.
I mean,
no, I'm not
Steve
doing
looked
it.
heartbroken because his thing is to vagabond.
Good,
he likes
go
to vagabond
walk
everywhere, box
walk
bout
from
everywhere.
Coast to coast with your Forrest Gump self. I don't care. I'm not going camping.
And that was it for that scene.
We'll go cabining. You get a cabin with cable, electricity, air,
bed.
heat. Yeah, I need all of that. Yeah. We got to hit Walmart because I'm not eating nothing you killed out here. I don't eat. I don't want fish. Nothing. No bear. No nothing you got to offer out here. I want it wrapped with the white bottom and saran wrap,
or yellow
with
wrapper.
A skew on it.
I was saying a yellow wrapper, like a McDonald's double cheeseburger.
That's even better. Even
fries,
better.
Nuggets. All right.
I figure we're cabining, so we should cook it one time. That'll be the first.
Let's move on to the next scene.
After
O and Katina are in bed. They're talking about O's cuddle game. Katina says O's cuddle game is still bad because he sweats so much. Says he needs to go to the doctors get injections to stop the sweating, because she's like, she don't want to wake up in the bed next to someone where the bed is completely drenched in sweat.
I was wrong.
Having like night sweats.
I was. When I'm wrong, I'll go ahead and say it. I was saying that he was saying his cuddle game was weak because he was trying
to get it in.
Right. But she said there a little something. No, you didn't even touch me. So he was actually not cuddling with her. Mm-hmm. So I was wrong on my assumption, and I could be wrong because he gives me so much more to be right about later.
The next few scenes are going to be high-level overviews. It shows the couples having some activities while they're on their vacation/honeymoon. So first, Mark the Shark and Lindsay are in the hotel lobby learning how to make frozen drinks. Mark makes a drink, and he's giving like the Jersey Shore, the situation type of vibe. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
When he was blending. And I was like, okay, Mark, definitely giving me the situation.
I thought he was giving me Tom Cruise vibes from Cocktails.
Girl, I'm about to call you girl. Boy, no. It was definitely Jersey Shore, the situation. And he was giving even.
Have you even seen the movie Cocktails?
No. And that's
okay, so
why-
you have no idea what you're talking about. In the comments,
I've seen
somebody
enough
that's
Jersey
seen.
Shore.
Well, there you go, because I hate that show. But in the comments, let us know more Jersey Shore or more Tom Cruise from Cocktails, which she doesn't even know what she's talking about. I've seen both.
The situation.
She doesn't know, y'all. She has no clue.
Anyways, drop in the comments what you thought Mark looked like in that scene. But also, they sit and
Cocktails.
talk about his love life and how he's been through a lot of situations where he didn't have the opportunity to put himself first. Remember that when they sat down and talked about that a little bit? That was it for their scene. Next, Noi and Steve are out for a picnic. They start laughing because Steve revealed that he had a meeting to attend to last night before bed. And the meeting was he had to go poop. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And they were cracking up because she was like, "Are you coming to bed?" And his face was like, and she was like, "You gave me the poop face, like you had to go poop." And he was like, "Yeah, I have a meeting to attend." I thought that was funny that he called it a meeting. So it cracked me up. So then Noi had to go over and talk to the producers for a little bit. And she starts telling them that I think I'm falling in love with Steve. She was done with her interview with the producers, walks straight over to Steve and sits down and says, "I'm done with the producers. And I think I want to tell you, I think I'm falling in love with you." And Steve was like, "Okay." And she kind of looked like,
Y'all call Steve whatever you want, Bagavar, whatever. He's the only one that got a real sense of what's going on in the world.
he does. He
Like,
got
he's
real
like, I'm
with
not
it quick.
falling
It
into
was
this.
like, you
I
know,
don't
it's
care if
only
you
been-
sitting here almost crying in my face. I'm not going to fall into this fantasy that everybody's trying to produce.
But
no,
Noi looked
3 days.
Noi looked annoyed.
Let's count.
And Steve said, "Well, it's only been 3 days, and I could say I have strong feelings for you." Said,
And that's a
lot."
reach. That's a reach.
And he said, "And that's a lot." And then he tried to shade, but not shade the other couples. He's like, "Go ask the other couples if they feel like they're in
Yeah.
love or have strong feelings for each other." He was like, "Which maybe they do, but
If they do, they lying. Everybody on here
3
lying.
days? Where were we at in 3 days? Minding our
texting.
business."
Like, yo.
Not thinking about no love.
3 days after we met or 3 days after our first date?
3 days after our first date. Texting. Still.
Yeah.
'Cause
Maybe
you said
setting
you
up a second date?
Maybe. I think you used to text me at night after work.
What do you mean? We worked together. I saw you at work.
Worked in the same building. We didn't work together. We were in 2 different organizations. Is it not true? Is it not true? What you getting aggravated?
I
off
wasn't
the truth?
because I don't like the way you tell your stories. Like
'Cause it's
you
true.
used to text me at night and like you wasn't texting me. I was just running behind you. We lived down the street from each other and we worked in the same building. We saw each other every day.
What is your problem?
Trying to like I was running behind you like, yo, we vibe from the gate. Quit lying. We was what these people think they got. We drove to work every day. We damn near lived together after a couple weeks.
Because we hung out.
Yeah, but we was always together. But we wasn't running around. Oh, I love you. I love you. We was just vibing the hell out.
We was.
It wasn't. I was texting. You was texting me too.
Is that what rubs you wrong?
Yeah, being disrespectful. Now
If
apologize.
you have hate in your heart, let it out.
Yo, you test.
All right, let's move on to the next scene. O and Katina head to the gym for their activity. He decides to teach her how to do some exercises, like some burpees and stuff. So Katina's like coming in there in a good mood, like, okay, this is gonna be fun. She starts giggling. And she starts giggling. He tells her how to do a burpee, and she does it kind of halfway. And he's like, all right, this is O to Katina. Okay, stop it. Stop laughing. Get real. You're in my element now. And I want you to respect this. Katina, in her one-on-one interview, was like, well, where this come from? Like, what's going
There'll be
on?
no one-on-one. Who is you talking to?
Like, yo, okay,
I don't want
stop
to do none of this.
laughing.
I'm on my honeymoon. I don't even be here.
Stop laughing. Get real. You're in my element now. I want you to respect this. Okay. So they move on to the next exercise.
Wouldn't have been
where
no
they
other
have
exercise.
they have to share the dumbbell, like that. He's like, do it right. Keep your arms straight. Smile. Enjoy this. think about things that you like. If you don't do it, if you don't do it right, that's it. I'm taking my ring off. And it's like, you just told me to not laugh 5 minutes ago. Now you're telling me to smile. What are you, turned into Ike in here?
It's steroids, bro. I heard it make your hair fall out. Is your forehead always been that big, or is your hair falling? But why a mohawk if you have problems
He's
with
not
your...
stressing me out in this moment.
But if you have problems, let's first talk about if you have problems with your hairline. If you are hairline deficient for whatever reason, whether it's falling out or it was never there, why would you then have a haircut that attracts more attention to said hairline? Like a mohawk puts everything right here on him.
Okay.
Got them Jerry Rice.
Okay.
Wait,
in this moment, Katina,
but who are you talking to about this gym stuff?
She looks so stressed out. She started getting bags under her eyes in that moment. Did you notice that she was getting stressed out?
In that moment, she got bags?
In that moment, it just popped up.
I know the hell he did not just make me pop bags. Cause nobody makes me pop bags. What are you talking about? What?
Ooh, I'm sorry. I have to move on. That's all I have. Oh, she did say that he has a strong personality, and had she dated someone like him in her 20s, she would cry because this could be a lot.
But you're in your 30s and you dating someone like this, so you should run.
I would have ironed him out right there. I would have cleared out the gym.
Come on, wouldn't have went to the gym in the first place.
I would have ride on that little bike for a little bit, but what you ain't gonna do is tell me how to do a burpee and then get serious with me.
And don't let it be one of them smoothies. You know, you go to the gym, they got them smoothies.
Oh yeah.
Come on, I'll be right over there with a smoothie. Go ahead, I'm gonna watch you.
You going? Do you, boo?
That's Kamar's favorite exercise.
Go you. You killing those burpees.
But she's a good hype man. Like, even in the car afterwards, you was lifting them weights.
Yeah. Your form is...
But ask her to lift some... What?
That's not what we came here to do. Let's move on to the next scene.
This new outfit, I don't want to get it sweaty.
Next couple to do an activity is Alyssa and Chris. They go out to the beach. They try to attempt to spend time with each other by going paddle boarding. They seem to have a good time. Chris couldn't stay balanced for nothing. Alyssa thought it was funny. So they seemed to kind of get a couple kikis in until they got back to the beach. It almost sound like a true Southern.
They had about as much chemistry. That was the best chemistry they've had so far. And they had about as much chemistry as two people that met in the truck on the way to go do this excursion from the resort.
It was like shuttle friends.
Yeah. Like, we don't want to be out here by ourselves, so we're going to be together.
Oh, they're from Chicago.
Yeah.
I'm from Detroit.
I flew through Chicago one time.
Well, so we don't have partners. You want to partner with me?
Yeah, I guess we don't want to float away. So, yeah.
So,
and you get back, you're like, I met this lady. She was so cool. That's it.
And then you see her in the food court.
Yeah.
And then that'll be it. But they were good until they got back to the beach and they had a mini combo. Chris tells her she is a cool person. And she goes, thank you. And she says, yeah, you know what it is that I'm just upset that the experts just didn't get it right. And he was like, yo, I wasn't trying to say, like, I didn't still like you. Like, I was saying, like, you just, okay. So she went right into she still don't want him, you know? Yeah. And then she's like, because my psychic told me that my soulmate has really pretty eyes and an eagle tattoo. And clearly the experts didn't get it right. And Chris says, okay, whatever method she subscribes to find love, and live her life by, that's her choice. But he's like, I don't find any value in taking any advice from a psychic.
Absolutely not.
I do want to pause here and say, yes, we watched the after show. Yes, we know all the nitty gritty details behind that, but we'll save that for the after show review of Couples Couch. He don't know because he ain't
No,
watched
I
the show.
stuck to the rules. I have not watched the after show
I did
because that's
already.
not what we're supposed to do. I'm supposed to get on here and rant about one show.
Okay, and that's it. We're gonna leave
And
it
then the
there.
next show, I rant about what I could have been wrong in this rant,
Yes.
or expand
I
on
haven't
this
shared it
rant
with
in the
you.
next one.
I didn't
But
sh-
you're not playing by the rules.
I'm sorry. Everybody else watched the after show too. I'm just kidding.
We ain't everybody. I'm your husband.
Okay, I'm sorry. So she's living her
Cut me
life
off.
by.
You disrespected me.
Shut up.
I want you to apologize.
Shut up. So she's living her life by the rules of her psychic, and feels like her psychic or the experts.
Call me now.
Cleo?
Yeah.
Let's move on to the next scene. Next, we see Jasmina and Michael. They head to the pool. Jasmina and Michael, Jasmina asks Michael what made him become the person who he is, where he just overthinks stuff. He says he's experienced a lot of loss in his life from his little brother, his mom, his dad, friends. So he just thinks that something bad is about to happen. That's just where he is. He says, and maybe it's his coping mechanism because he feels like, okay, if I think something bad is going to happen, I'm already preparing myself for when it does happen, then it don't hit me that hard. He makes sense in that too, how he copes
Are you
with it.
thinking, are you preparing mentally for something bad to happen so that if it does, you're prepared, but you're still going through, like, it's not preventing you from doing something. Mm-hmm. It's one thing to be like, hey, I want to go to the mall. And be like, oh, but a car wreck could happen on the way to the mall. Mm-hmm. And now you never leave the house. That would be bad. But if you're like, I want to go to the mall. Oh, a car wreck could happen.
And you still
maybe
go.
I should put my seatbelt on.
Oh, you're doing something
drive
to protect
defensively.
Yeah.
Maybe take a route that doesn't go on the highway if it's feasible.
I don't think he's taking
But
my
you
lead.
still go. You know what I mean? That's different.
Yeah.
There's a difference in those two
Yeah,
things.
he's
She's
not-
putting on like he just shuts down, doesn't do anything.
Right.
And she's not taking into consideration
Yeah.
that could just be how he processes and goes
Yeah, that's
through.
what he said.
He's just proactive.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's been 3 days and you haven't given him a chance.
Yeah.
Y'all haven't even done anything.
She's just going off
but
of
argue about what you've heard.
She's just going off of the straight conflict, or just
Not
a
even
vagueness. I'm
she's
sorry.
going off his sister's words. That's it.
You gotta let me say it though.
I don't have to do nothing.
Like I've been trying to get it out, even when I
You
was
just
wrong. I was
smile
trying to,
and let me do my thing. This isn't. I'm in my element, and I want you to respect this. Making a point, okay? Sometimes it's jokes. Sometimes we get serious,
moving on.
and I need you to flow with me.
I'm moving on before I knock all this shit over.
Knock it over. Knock it all over. This is your cup, your drink.
Next few scenes show the couples going for a boat ride. What do they call this kind of boat ride?
Catamaran.
Okay, I didn't want to get it wrong because I'm quick to butcher
I
something.
got to know all the boat names so I can tell you what I ain't gonna go on. I'm not going on a sailboat. I'm not going on a catamaran. I'm not going on a cruise ship.
They look
Not
like
going
they had
on a boat.
Very good time. So all the couples come together for a boat ride.
10 toes down.
O asked the couples on the boat who consummated their marriage so far. Mark and Lindsay clearly have, and everyone else has not. The guys and girls decide once the boat lands that, not lands, docks.
We on the Mayflower?
Once the boat...
I see land.
What I mean, this is why I tell you. All right, once the boat gets to the shore, right?
Yeah.
They get off, and the guys and the girls split up. So the guys have their little conversations, and the girls have their little conversations. It's so like intentional. You can tell, right?
But they gotta get content.
have
I
to
get
do
it.
it. They
But
have
can
to.
you give me some shade?
The
I
guys
already
are
don't
sitting
wanna
on the
be-
beach,
yeah,
like this.
So how's it going for you? Like, I got a headache. The sun is bright.
Steve tells the guys that Noi says that she could see herself falling in love with him, and he's not there yet. Whole time Steve's telling a story about this, I'm looking at that gold chain he got around his neck. I was like, for a vagabond, you out here
I'm
doing
telling you, Steve
moves.
is not a bum. He don't
got
hang
that
out at the
guap.
gas station asking for money. Say, my man, can you help me out?
Macaroni Tony.
Macaroni Tony. What's up, Macaroni Tony in DC? Right off Benning Road.
Yes, I
Macaroni
wonder if he
Tony.
watches. Anyways,
No, he's not.
Steve,
Unless he's changed his life. So I hope he is watching.
Steve got that very thick gold chain on. I was peeping the whole time.
You gotta do them exercises like this to work.
Meanwhile, O tells the guys.
Steve, all right. It's a nice chain you got. You're not gonna embarrass me.
O tells the guys that he took Katina to the gym and he purposely pushed her to see if she would speak up because he doesn't want someone who's just going to be passive because they're in the honeymoon stage of their marriage. Does that make sense? So you want me to wild out in here and cause a scene? This is what you want?
So you thought that somebody who wasn't here for the right reasons would have endured pain that they can't do? Like,
Or just
it don't
allows
make
you
sense.
to come at me sideways, pretty much. He said he don't want someone who's passive. He wants her to speak up. So you want me to wild out? Lindsay asked Alyssa, where is she at with Chris? Alyssa says they're in a good place. They're just trying to do their best with what they were given.
lies.
And then they just need to move on and talk about something else because she don't want to go any deeper because she can't come up with no more lies.
Right.
So then they move on to Mark telling the guys that Lindsay's personality is just, and her behavior is just too much for him. Like she's just doing the most and it needs to just slow down. So.
Yeah.
And then they flip back to
You
Lindsay
need to turn
telling the girls that the moment between her and O on the plane, she was triggered. And Katina was like, I'm not buying it. She said she dated a guy in the past who got drunk and lost his mind. So that's what triggered her.
And what that got to do with me?
Katina went completely left and was like, I don't care what you've been through when you was 2, 3, 4 years old.
Right.
You're 35 years old now.
Preach.
Get the help that you need. Because you need
Yes.
to understand you caused yourself to trigger yourself.
Yeah.
You could have stopped it, but you didn't. And Jasmina was like, Lindsay, you're not a bad person, but you just have some things you need to work on. They almost got it. Katina and Lindsay kind of got into
Karen.
a good verbal altercation.
Karen.
And they had to separate. That
She
was pretty
separated
much
herself.
it
Lizzie
for
didn't want no
that
smoke.
scene.
She didn't want no smoke.
She want no smoke.
They had to separate me. Both of them at the door. Katina got up and left.
She did because she didn't want to get into it. They're back on the boat. Now they're playing a game called Never Have I Ever.
Ugh.
Nori learns that Steve has cheated in his past. O reveals he's had a threesome. So then
Noy cheated too, though.
she did cheat too. So then O jumps in. And
Who had a threesome?
Elijah.
Isaac.
Isaac, yeah, he's the one who had the
He been Isaac the whole time.
Yes. So O jumps in and says, I want to ask, this is the time y'all need to be asking questions about to your spouse, that anything that you want to know.
No, it isn't.
And everybody's like, well, what is it you want to know? Why don't you just ask? He's like, so has anyone here hooked up with a guy or a girl and then hooked up with one of their family members after? It's a very specific question that you want to ask because I feel like, oh, you really want to tell this. Like, this is on your spirit and you just have to let the world know.
He thinks it's cool.
Yes, that's why he wants to let the world know. So he reveals to everyone on the boat that he hooked up with the mom, and then later on he hooked up with the daughter. Everybody on the boat looking like,
What kind of trashy family you be around, bro?
everybody looks so thrown. Katina looked very embarrassed. She just looked.
You gonna have a spinoff, but it's
He
gonna be
was-
on Maury.
He said that, he went and picked up the mom at the train station. And then when he went and got there, the daughter was there too. So he ended up picking up both of them. And it was just, they both knew that they hooked up with him. Like they all knew as a threesome. They didn't have a threesome, but they knew. It was very weird. So then,
That's trashy.
go further, the conversation says, now that y'all married, would you offer your spouse to have a threesome? Is it on the table or off the table? Everybody on the boat is like, no, it's off the table. He the only one like, well, if my wife offered it to me, why would I not?
It's a threesome every night between me and Cam. Me, her, and the TV.
Foursome if you want to include the blankets. It's a lot of goings on between us and our sheets and our TV shows. And yeah, that's all that we're inviting into our bedroom.
Yeah.
That's it. TV, blankets, and pillows.
Yeah,
That's
is it?
Nothing else.
Why would...
Isaac isn't reined in. As much as he wants to say, I'm not Isaac anymore, I don't.
It's full blown.
That's
Isaac.
his whole persona. Like,
right. Once you take that away, he ain't gonna have. He's
got nothing. He's got absolutely nothing.
That's why he wants to do this marriage. That'll be what he holds on to. You haven't changed as a person.
No.
And when you get bored with this process, you're gonna go right back to Isaac.
Because that's who you are at your core.
Yeah.
It says threesome is not an option. She's just over him and his Isaac stories. That was it for them and their boat rides.
They're not gonna make it.
Let's move on to the dinner dates in this episode. Next, Noi and Steve have dinner. They talk about their cheating past. Noi said she was 18 or 19 years old when it happened. And it happened because she wasn't happy and she didn't know how to say it, and then she ended up cheating. Steve said same thing happened for him, essentially. And now he knows, that he needs to just have the conversation so he doesn't hurt the other person's feelings.
Y'all so stupid.
They were both young and have grown from it.
Yeah, like I cheated when I was 18 years old.
Does that even count?
Because
18?
Because I had hormones and we was at the club. I had a girlfriend, but another girl offered, so wham. Like he was 18 years old. Who gives a damn?
Like you're still really a child,
Yeah. Plus, get some of that out of you.
At that age.
Yeah. Yes. Do the appropriate steps at the appropriate time. That's why I always thought, those people like went together from sophomore year to senior year. That's weird. Like one person the whole time, that's weird.
You have to explore.
Yeah, then when that doesn't work out, when you get to college, you jump into another, you don't know.
But it works for some people.
Who?
Some people get married at 17.
Who at post 1972 has that worked for?
I'm just saying.
You got to go out there and have some mistakes, man. It's too much information. We got the internet now. That's when people lived in one city, married to the person they went to middle school with, and never left the city. They went buried in the same cemetery. The world is open now. That's why I want you to go out and do some stuff. Me and her were both married before, like we figured out what was good.
Marriage.
Yeah,
it worked out well that way.
I prefer buying a used vehicle.
Excuse me.
Me too. I was used.
You're not gonna call me no used vehicle. I can't even talk. I'm about to lose my voice.
Come on, now. You get this one right here. Got low mileage, good gas mileage.
Jasmina and Michael are in yet another conflict over foolishness, of course.
We got action.
Michael claims that on the boat ride, Jasmina cut him off on the boat when he was trying to tell the group whether or not they have consummated their marriage.
Absolutely did not happen.
When they play the clip back, he answered and said, no, we haven't, consummated. And he took a pause. And he looked to her, Jasmina, as though he was waiting for her buy-in, and she spoke.
Yeah, he shook his head the whole time. It's like Kamara going on one of her rants. We'd be like, yeah. And then she stopped. Why did you say that? Like, right. You were in agreement.
Right. So he lost it apparently behind the scenes because we didn't see it on camera. She says that he said, you cut me off. I was there when it happened. Of course you were there.
We were both there.
I was there when it happened. She said his tone was loud, disrespectful, and aggressive. And she doesn't even want to be in this marriage or even want to be in the same room as him. Michael said he knows that he was cut off because he said what he said.
Said what I said. Okay.
And automatically gave me Nene from Real Housewives of Atlanta at that reunion. So I don't understand the real root of this argument because it's like you weren't cut off. Even if you was cut off in conversation. Did y'all just watch a few scenes ago? Patrick done cut me off 19 times and I had my mouth open ready to speak. He didn't care. He kept going. But did I say to him off camera, you're cutting me off? And I was there. And I'm getting loud and disrespectful and aggressive. So allegedly,
because she knows what I had to say was more important than what you would have came up with. So
there's that.
Yeah.
That is not fair. Honestly, I think that Michael in this moment, if it went down the way Jasmina says it went down, it's too much. You're doing too much for a conversation. People gonna cut you off all the time.
Yeah,
all the time.
Worried about somebody allegedly cutting you off, but that hair down your shoulder and neck
ain't cut yet.
Nothing.
You got
but you let this all of it.
Ain't cut. Worry about cutting that off.
Yeah.
Before you worry about getting cut off in conversation.
Hairy miniature beast.
Moving on. O and Katina are having dinner. Yes, Isaac is. But, O comes in sometimes.
No, he doesn't.
Katina
That's
tells
Isaac
O
the whole time.
about how her and Lindsay got into it and how, at the beach or on the boat they got into it. And O says he feels good about the fact that Katina took up for him and he wasn't even around and she didn't try to do it to impress him. So that shows that, she has his back. Why is he so full of himself? Like, she didn't do it to...
He's narcissistic.
Is that what that is? Is that a narcissistic
Everything,
trait?
she got my back. I do.
And she didn't try to impress me.
She wasn't trying.
Do you
Yeah,
think like
she
that?
had my back and I wasn't around, so she didn't try to impress me. Do I think like what?
That I be like, people be
I
trying
used
to
to be a
impress
fool.
you.
I used to be a fool. Like
Then
Kamar
you think
used to
I'm trying
come.
impress you.
Kamar used to come to my flag football games
And I
every
wasn't trying to
weekend
impress- I had
just to
nothing
watch.
do. I was alone in DC.
You wasn't alone. We was together.
I didn't have my mom and dad and my brothers.
What are you, 15? Be out in the world. I had to
love
cut
that.
you off from everybody to make you focus on me. Look at me in my face. Look at my eyes. Why is you calling your friends? Quit calling your friends. You don't need no friends. I'm your friend.
I did go to all his
I'm your
flag
mother.
football.
I'm your father. I'm that in the alley. I'm your doctor when you need.
Listen.
I'm your pusher.
I'm your mother, I'm your daddy, I'm that in the alley. I'm your doctor when you need. Want some coke, have some weed. You know me, I'm your friend, your main boy, thick and thin. I'm your pusher man. I'm your pusher man.
O and Katina move on to talk about the threesomes that he had mentioned on the boat, and he asked Katina, did it bother you that I said that? And Katina was like, no, it didn't bother me. I just want you to know I don't want to share my husband.
She down.
And O was like, that's fine, because I only married one wife. I only got one ring on my finger. I don't got two rings on my finger. I didn't marry two women. Like,
Then why would we even talk about
then
that?
why did you say this is what you want?
Me and Kamar ain't never had a conversation nobody else
Because you
did.
know what time it is. You know what time it is. Come to talk to me about something like that and see how far you get. You went further and said, I want you to know too, I deleted my Instagram to show you that I'm committed to you. So what the heck is in that Instagram that you felt that you had to delete
You're
it?
not adult enough to have a social media account and be
Right.
in a relationship?
Right. What was in your Instagram that you felt the need, compelled to delete it because this is your way of showing you're committed? People put too much weight into these Instagram and social
because
media accounts.
then it's social media that was bad and not you
Social media
acting
public
bad on
service
social media.
announcement.
Listen,
Public service announcement.
y'all can send me a friend request if you
Public
want, and it'll go with the other
service
300 people I ain't never
Public
responded to.
announcement. Public service. Can I speak?
No, you cut me off.
I'm gonna say it, and y'all can fight me
putting
in the
your
comment
hand in my
section.
face.
Y'all can fight me in the comment section.
I want you to apologize.
Social
Your hands is
media
cold.
is not real. It's not real. I
But
said
I'm
it.
still purchasing property in the metaverse.
And when I say it's not real, I mean this is real. When we turn off this camera and that mortgage bill say need to be paid on the 1st, and that electricity bill's due by the 15th, and these kids gotta go to school, and I gotta feed them, and I gotta bathe them, and you gotta take them out front to play and lose their teeth.
And why again do we do this?
No, I'm just kidding. This is fun, but it's not to where I feel like people should put so much weight into it. Where it's like, I want to show you
Listen,
I deleted it. So now I'm
Facebook and
committed to
Instagram
you.
make you cheat or did not make you talk to that girl. You used Facebook and Instagram to do your dirty
As
work.
a tool to get to it.
Thank you. Give me that.
Ah,
I
these
deleted my Facebook. So what that mean?
Yeah.
You
people-
still who you are. You still the person that was reaching out to people on Facebook.
Sorry. Yes.
You cut me off with the video now.
Sorry. I'm so sorry, Ike. Okay, I'm sorry. sorry, y'all. I just don't understand why people put so much weight into social media. Like it's
And same people say alcohol caused me to do
just
it.
communicate on a fun level. Like you see what we're doing here?
It's the same people who be like, I
For
cheated because I was
fun.
drunk.
For fun. Loosen up. You don't have to be like, some people be so serious about their followers and their Instagram account. Like, I am, because I'm doing this for y'all.
No, you can't.
It's different. It's different.
Not different. I told y'all she stepped out, she changed.
All right, let's move on to
She
this.
starts screening what I can post. Let me read it first. We got 7,000 people. Let me read your comment first. All comments from this point forward go through me. You can send them to me in a text, and if I approve, I'll log into your account and I'll post it. Because you can't spell.
Let's move on to the next scene. Next scene shows Chris and Alyssa going scuba diving.
I'd have took some scissors with me. You got to the
gonna
bottom.
cut a string.
Breathe.
Alyssa says she doesn't want to do it. Tells him, you could go do it. I don't want to do it. Come back and tell me all about it. So Chris goes, or she walks out with Chris to at least get him suited up or whatever. He takes his shirt off, gets his little straps on. She stands there and she's like, well, this is the first time I can say that I've seen Chris without his shirt. And I'm going to be very careful with my words, but I'm just going to say he's not my type physically. Meanwhile, you're standing with a bang belly.
Yeah, are you 2 months pregnant? You know when skinny people get pregnant, what she look like?
What did you say her body look like?
She go from shoulders to heels. Like Gumby.
Right.
Like straight
No
shoulders.
shape.
You go from shoulder straight to your heel.
Right, nothing.
No shape, no just a
curve.
line.
She said that she tried it. Like, you need to look at yourself first before you start trying to be.
And you've
careful
had
with your
work
words.
done, and this is what you look like. You've had work, and you look like
So
this.
she goes back to the lobby.
And then you talk about me.
She goes back to the
Oh,
lobby
you
to have
dirty.
her lunch while he sits in, while he goes
I hope she choke on a
scuba
crouton.
diving. And then she's like, the producers are talking to her and was like, why are you upset? What's going on with you? And she was like, well, I'm mad at my mom because my mom says I'm being difficult and I should just go swim. And
You need to
like,
just go out there and swim
I
with
was
the people."
okay with paddleboarding with him because I didn't have to be close to him. But I don't want to swim with him. I don't want to be close to him. I'm just not happy.
Here come the tears.
She activates the tears. Poor Chris comes back in from his scuba diving and she sees him and she tells the producer, can you just go tell him not to come over here right now? So they go and meet him off and intersected him from coming.
She grabbed like, yeah, come on, bro. Come on,
And
bro.
Chris standing there looking like, what happened? Like,
Tell you, Chris, you should have.
and in that very moment, my heart bled for Chris because I felt like he could have been my brother, my cousin, my somebody, and he's just getting treated so wrongly.
I'd have been on a flight down to Puerto Rico.
I
I know I'd have been
snatched
like
him up.
3 hours
I
or
would've
3
been
months
like,
late.
Chris, you don't,
They've
no,
already left
you're
3
not gonna
months
do
ago.
this.
But
Yeah.
that's
That
foul.
made me feel so sad for
She
him.
and then she said, "I'm literally the nicest person in the world." To
He did.
who?
How do you keep calling yourself the nicest person?
Nobody
Other
likes
people
you.
have to call you nice. You don't call yourself nice.
Nobody
you don't tell
likes
people
you.
You're nice.
Nobody likes you. The only people that like you are stray dogs and horses, and that's because they don't speak your language. If you could neigh or bark, they would kick you as soon as they could.
Next scene shows Jasmina and Michael having dinner. Jasmina says her expectation is for her husband to speak to her respectfully. Jasmina says that Michael wants her to apologize for cutting him off. She says, as her apology, I'm sorry you feel that way. Michael says that's not a true apology. If you did something wrong, you have to apologize correctly. She is not going to apologize because she didn't feel like she did nothing wrong. But she is sorry if the other person felt like something was done to them wrong.
Right. I agree.
Patrick does the I'm sorry you feel that way type of apology to me all the
Or
time.
I'm sorry you got upset.
And that is not a true apology.
No, it's not.
I call him out every good time.
And what do I say?
And I iron you out. I don't know what you say. 'cause I'm
But you
ironing
can't
out.
iron me out because
I am ironing you out.
I've told you it's not an apology.
But then it's canceled. You are canceled.
I'm not
I
offering,
tried to iron
so you can't cancel.
Yes, I can totally cancel you. If
You
you're
can't
not
can-
giving a genuine apology,
Right?
then we have no dealings in this moment because you're not saying what I need you to say.
But you need me to
This
say,
is a
but I don't
cop-out.
agree
This
with
is a
it. It's
cop-out.
not a cop out. It's
a
saying
cop-out.
it's not a
And
cop
it's
out.
whack.
It is what I said.
I said
What I said. I'm sorry you feel that way.
and it's whack.
Because what I did was not what you said I did, so I'm not gonna apologize.
So don't come with the I'm sorry you feel that way. Say nothing. Say
But
nothing.
you sit
'Cause
there
now
like
I
this,
feel like you're insulting
the
my
P Diddy
intelligence.
stare with somebody. You go look at him. Well, all right, next I can't wait. I might do something on purpose just so me and you can sit there and stare.
Don't insult my intelligence with a I'm sorry you feel that way. Like I'm dumb. Like
Well,
I know
don't
what
insult
you're
my
saying.
intelligence by telling me I did something that I didn't do.
You did, but you don't want to
I
take
didn't
accountability
know.
for
I
it.
didn't do it.
Oh, sorry, we digress. We
She
don't even know what
didn't
we're
do
arguing
it.
about.
She never cut him
In
off.
in her moment, she did not do nothing. I'm talking
No,
about you.
in facts.
I'm talking about you.
Facts. I didn't do nothing.
He never do nothing.
Prove it. Where the proof at? Where your receipts?
Jasmina did not do nothing. She is correct. And there's no reason to even say, I'm sorry you feel that way, because there's no reason for that neither. There
And
was
that's how I
nothing
be.
that was done.
And that's how I
So
be.
don't even give that, Jasmine.
Right,
It wasn't-
'cause if
you
I
didn't
give
have to do that,
into
girl.
it-
It wasn't necessary.
If I
Look at you. See? God don't
if
like
I give
ugly.
it, if
God
I give
don't like
into,
ugly.
if I give
Protecting
into
his
it,
child.
then it's saying that it happened. Even if I'm just saying, if I go, all right, I'm just gonna say sorry to get over it. But then I'm saying sorry, so I'm telling you, yes, what you said happened. So that's why it's sorry you feel that way.
This makes no sense. And
It
it's
makes all the sense.
It's an insult to my intelligence.
Which it's supposed to be. I'm not
And
apologizing.
Jasmina,
You have to
girl,
understand
you
when I
shouldn't have.
say that, I'm not apologizing.
I know you're not.
I'm saying
said
I'm
that.
sorry you couldn't be a stronger person to get over this. I'm sorry you didn't have it in you.
Jasmina, you shouldn't even
to
waste
act
your
normal.
time to say, I'm sorry you felt that way, because you did nothing wrong in this moment. Michael, for whatever reason, is in his feelings.
Yeah, he's one of them people. He's one of them dudes that like his girl has to make his plate at the barbecue before she makes her plate. Y'all know them dudes? Like, yo, why you didn't make my plate first? You was sitting over there on the couch. I thought you didn't want to eat. What are you talking about? If you want to
And
eat,
you got
gotta-
hands. You got hands.
I don't. Kamara may have made a plate for me. I've never.
You don't require me.
I don't expect
I wish
it.
you would. Ah,
You make a
I
plate.
wasn't born to be a maid.
2 pieces of chicken and a good amount of macaroni and cheese. I'm not playing, Kamara.
And them same 2 fingers that you pointing out can pick up your 2 pieces of chicken and scoop your mac and cheese.
Yeah, why would I allow?
No, I mean, I do it when I feel like being nice. You know?
And the bad thing is when you do, I probably don't even appreciate it.
And you don't even want to eat.
I
You be
just
like, oh, okay, well, thank you. Like, so,
Cause she think I eat like a army. Yeah, like 4 pieces of chicken. I'm like, who gonna eat? Are we eating off the same plate?
what I'm trying to say is this. We don't do that. You don't require me to do it. It's not a required task. Really, there are no real requirements when it comes to making plates. Outside of making the kids play. I always feel like make the kids their plates first.
First, right.
That's my requirement in this household. Make the kids plates first. We as adults eat, or plates are made after.
But how? Till
They're-
what age?
They're 4 and, well, how old are they? 5 and 6.
Old enough to go get some food if they're hungry.
Snacks. Anyways, we digress. See, messing with you.
Girl, you want to talk about the kids?
High level overview. Jasmina was not wrong. She did not even need to give that half apology. Honestly, Michael needs to get out of his feelings. In this moment, he is validating what his sisters say about him.
And
how
he needs
can
an
be.
electric shaver. Or wax. Don't they have a spa at the resort? Like, can you get a wax and a massage and wax or something? Cause it's rounded. It's
B2B.
yeah. He got naps on your backs.
B2B. Stomper with the big dogs. All right, let's move on to the
Something
final.
is wrong with you.
Let's move on to the final few scenes of this episode.
What?
Of this episode.
God don't like ugly. You see why he messed you up? Cause you.
In the final few scenes of this episode, they show Mark and Lindsay going out for a dinner date. On the beach, Mark says they've had so many highs, but there are some lows, especially with the arguments she's gotten in with the other cast members, on the boat, on the plane.
Everywhere she go.
Mark says everything is just happening so fast for him right now with them. He just wants to slow down and be steady and not get too lovey-dovey right now because it's just a lot and he's trying to process everything. Lindsay quickly takes offense to this and looks automatically annoyed.
Talk about the reason why she don't talk to her mama.
She said
Mama ain't for the bullshit.
She says she's confused because if he wants to pull back, she could pull back. There's no in between for her.
Pull all the way
She
back.
said, I will pull all the way back. And if you want to pull back, Mark, then how about you stop shitting up the toilets and clogging up the toilets and farting with the door open, farting in bed. And I'm like, you just gonna embarrass this man like this on live TV? Like, not live.
And how
but
are these
on
things to
TV?
make you go faster? Are you attracted to him shit with the door open? I didn't get fart with the door open.
She said she did. She said that.
Clogging up
Shitting up the toilets and clogging up the toilets.
that turns you on. That makes
She
you
didn't
want
say
to push further.
No, she said it didn't turn her on, but then if he's trying to slow down, that's not romance to her. That's like you're
So
doing
wouldn't that
too much.
slow it down?
I guess
She doesn't understand what has been said. She's got an anger problem, so she can't take any type
let
of
me say
criticism. As soon as he said
me say
slow,
this.
no. As soon as he said slow down, she went straight to he don't want
Let
to be
me
able to
say,
slow.
no. What
She
she's
can't
trying,
comprehend.
what she's trying to say
Nobody cares. You feel like I cut you off. I'm sorry you feel that way.
What the girl is trying to say is, if you want to slow things down, then keep it at that we're trying to get to know each other. You doing the most as though we have been married for 48 years. You over here farting in bed. I just met you day 3. Like, you wasn't doing all that, Patrick. Were you doing all that?
No, I ain't. No, I was like brushing my teeth before I saw you and didn't fart. Like, this is day 3. Of course I'm not doing anything.
That's what she's trying to say. Like, if you're trying to pull back, then you need to pull
But
back
we-
on all the extraness you're doing.
But I don't think she understands the extraness he's really talking about. What
It's
he
just
should have
for
said
the
is,
conflict.
hey, if you keep acting the way you acting, I've talked to the other cast members, they're going to jump you. And I'm not fighting with you. I'm not fighting for you. So you need to slow down with your mouth.
I'm
Or them other people, this is going to turn into the Lord of the Flies. They're going to jump you, hit you with a rock. Stop it. Chill out. I'm Mark the Shark. I like to be liked. I don't need Mark the Shark married to Lindsay the loudmouth heifer who like to start stuff with everybody. Chill
So
out.
she moved on to say, why would you plan a romantic dinner with me to tell me to pull back? And
Because I
why
thought we could
would,
have an adult conversation.
and why would we consummate our marriage then if you want to pull back?
Because you had them things out in that 90. Your belly was out. You look like a little goldfish laying on your side. You know how much I like them goldfish.
Stop. So Liz was pissed. She got up and left the table. They get back to the room and Lindsay was like, all right, you want to pull back? My name is Lindsay. My phone number, I can maybe give it to you and we can get to know each other. Like trying to act all brand new.
Hi, Lindsay, but I don't think we should move it any further than this. It was nice talking to you. I'll see you later. Bam, you got a break and you don't have to feel bad. She broke the first time and you just chose not to engage on her second
My head is
introduction.
hurting. They
You
fill
probably got,
out.
you want me to unloose it?
Right, they get out of my straps.
You said it was her. I thought you
I have a
strapped.
migraine laughing at all this stuff too. So he decided to leave the room because they needed space between each other. My head is pounding.
Yeah, I can tell. Do you want to make it through this?
I'm gonna make it through. So pretty much, Mark left. He couldn't take it no more. He was like, "I'm just gonna let her." She's like, "I
Beef with
fuming."
herself.
Yeah,
she
was
beef with
fuming.
everybody.
She was she was fuming, so he left and gave her some
only
space. Let's get into the final scene. In the final scene, Owen and Katina get back to their room. There's rose petals set up everywhere and champagne and candles. He tells her she is his queen and he will always be here for her and not going anywhere. He tears up.
I'm your protector.
Katina tears up. She's like, I'm so happy.
She got
This
the
is what she
ugliest cry
wishes-
face ever.
I didn't know what was
Cover
going on.
your face. Do this when you cry. You one of these cries.
Her face.
You can't. God, this is what I wanted.
And I want every girl in the world to feel like this.
What? Turn a dream into a fantasy? Y'all, this
And
is
she
not
said,
real.
even though
3
I'm not in love
days.
yet. And she said, even though I'm not in love yet.
So how do you feel?
With not Nancy and dropping out either eye.
It's, I want every girl to feel this. Be on vacation with a dude you barely know. There's plenty of girls get flown to Florida, California all the time. IG models and stuff.
Flued out.
Flued out. Lord, I'm going to Atlanta.
She said nobody's ever done nothing for her like this, and it was so sweet. And that was the end
He didn't do it.
of episode.
Where he could get flowers from?
Jane in production.
Yes.
Did it, actually.
After getting donuts and coffee.
And now she's clocked out.
Yeah.
That was the
He
end
didn't
of
do it.
episode 5.
All he did for you today was yell at you at the gym
Yeah.
and bring up that he slept with a mom and a daughter.
Yeah.
And that he's willing to have a threesome with you if you are down.
Yeah. That is the end of episode 5. Drop your comments in the comment section below. Let us know your thoughts on this episode. Did he give everything he was supposed to have gave? Was Alyssa nice to Chris? Is she such a nice person in the world, like she says? Was Olajuwon or Isaac giving what he thought he was supposed to have gave on this boat with these conversations?
Isaac was giving.
Was Michael right that he got cut off?
Yes.
Cut off. Don't you
Yes.
say that?
Yes.
This episode to me gave what it's supposed to have gave. It was
was.
entertaining. It was very entertaining. We would love to hear from y'all. Also, click like and the subscribe button to support our channel. You guys are the best. We'll be back with a Married at First Sight after party review Monday.
Deuces.
Bye, everyone.